Ghanaians. You're joking with their lives. Come on. Power. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Was it afternoon? Please. Why they don't have the stand? Huh? You guys don't have the stand. It's election day. A day for 18 million Ghanaians to go out and decide who becomes their president and who becomes their parliamentary candidate in their various constituencies. Ghana has come a long way. Ghanaians have come a long way in terms of nurturing our young democracy. We've been faced with a lot of challenges as a nation, as a young democracy, and we are learning in the process. Tomorrow, we have to demonstrate to the world whether we are still a country of peace and the gateway to Africa, or we have to demonstrate to the world that we are a country of violence and fight one another. But I don't think that is what we want as a people. Ghana is beyond pettiness. Ghana is beyond violence. And as a matter of fact, as one of the best candidates in the elections, I'm appealing to all of you. Before I make my statement, Ghanaians watching me live all over, listening to me, should know that there's only one country for the people called Ghana and Ghanaians, and that is Ghana. And it is our responsibility and our rules and our pride to protect our country, Ghana. And it includes all of you, the youth, the aged, the politicians, the military, the police, and all other institutions, the workers, friends, and families, that we must protect our country. And no basa basa. No basa basa. Do not be used by any political leader to turn you into a target, to cause trouble and destroy the peaceful country we have all lived in. Ghana is in crisis. Ghanaians are suffering. The hardship is real. And we are looking for a way out. We are looking for a leader, a party that will give us the best policies that will change our country. We have seen promises, and we are tired of the promises. What we need now is decisive leadership and policies that will change our country. I bring on board, as the leader of the party APC, the flag bearer for the 2024 general election, 7 key pillars that is going to transform our country and make it one of the best in the world. And as a matter of fact, pillar number 1 is nationalization. Pillar number 2 is modernization. Pillar number 3, digitalization. Pillar number 4, domestication. Number 5, commercialization. Number 6, industrialization. And number 7, globalization. These 7 pillars are important in what I want to explain to you as a country. I have brought in 47 policies, not promises, 47 of the policies that will change Ghana and make it self-reliant, self-resilient, and economically freedom. I believe in one, that as citizens, the first policy is change of mindset. That until we change our mindset as citizens and believe to embrace the culture of transparency, the culture of honesty, the culture of truth, good leadership, patriotism, and sincerity, and that we must work together as a nation and change that mindset that we have of being dependent, a mindset that we ignore each other and call it politics, a mindset that we avoid each other and call it democracy. That our leaders must show different kind of leadership, that we need a president that will have to be transparent to its citizens, sincere with its citizens, trustworthy, and periodically will have time to explain to the Ghanaian citizens where they are as a country and what they do. And once we change that mindset, we are able to work together as a country, as a nation, and build the country of every citizen being proud of Ghana and having a responsibility to build Ghana. Until this mindset change happens, nothing will work for Ghana, no matter your policy. Policy number 2. After the change of mindset, the Ghanaians now believe there's a leader who wants to lead them. We now look at ownership. Ghanaians want to own their country. They want to own their country, their nation. Ghana is losing everything. That foreigners have taken over our wealth, our country. Our oil industry is in the hands of foreigners. Mining in the hands of foreigners. Bauxite in the hands of foreigners. Diamond in the hands of foreigners. Cocoa in the hands of manganese in the hands of foreigners. Oil in lithium. Everything is managed by foreigners. So where is the ownership? As a president, you need to make the citizens own their country. And that is number 2 policy. Ghana and Ghanaians first. That I believe that we must empower our local citizens. Local content must be given to Ghanaian citizens and not to foreigners. And that Ghanaians pay taxes and foreigners are given tax holidays. Ghanaians companies are going down and foreign companies are growing. That retailing is now being taken over by foreigners. And our citizens have no future, have nowhere to go. So we don't owe Ghana anymore. We have no authority and ownership of our country. And our leader, Hassan Ayariga, want to give back Ghana to Ghanaians. And then you become the ownership of your country. So that in the mining sector, it's you Ghanaians. In the oil sector, it's Ghanaians. Every industry in Ghana is owned by Ghanaians. Go around this country. Most of the businesses are now, big time businesses are owned by foreigners. The purpose of a 24-hour economy. That a 24-hour economy cannot exist without you having a production, manufacturing, and an industrial hub. Who are you going to run? When you run 24-hour economy, as a country, our labor force cannot sustain a 24-hour economy. So what we need is to import labor from other countries, various countries, Burkina Faso, Togo, to be able to run the 3-shift system. Because the 3-shift system means that you are dividing your workforce into 3 groupings. So you have a workforce of 900 workers, 300 in the morning, 300 in the afternoon, and 300 at night, to have a perfect productive level and increase productivity at all levels. And the city become vibrant day and night. And everybody will be busy. This is the purpose of a 24-hour economy. So those who cannot explain well should listen, and those who do not understand should listen. NDC is struggling to explain, and MPP is struggling to understand. Under a 24-hour economy, you need to look at another aspect. Because when you import labor force, you need to look at the welfare of the labor force. Currently, Ghana's labor Act 2003, 651, has pledged daily minimum wage at 18 cedis 99 pesos. What it means is that At the end of the day, your salary will be between 600, 700, 800 Ghana. And this is what Ghanaians are getting now. Who in this world can sustain with 800 Ghana cedis a month in Ghana? Because the transport to and fro is over 800 cedis. So I am going to change the Labor Law Act to pay the minimum wage from 150 Ghana cedis to 300, the daily minimum wage. And now increase the monthly minimum wage from 1,000 Ghana cedis to 5,000 cedis every month. So Ghanaians' minimum wage a month is going to be 5,000 Ghana cedis, no matter who you are. That's the minimum. You see, if you engage a laborer today, he takes 100 cedis a day. And if you engage the services of a mason, he will take you 150 to 180. How then will workers, Ghanaian workers, take it 80 Ghana cedis, 18 cedis? So you see that my justification of giving Ghanaians daily minimum wage of 150 to 300 is clear. Another aspect, another policy, is that even with this daily minimum wage of 18 cedis, when you take your salary, it doesn't last you a week. So what I intend to do is that I am going to change the salary structure, that instead of Ghanaians taking every month's salary, listen very well, instead of our citizens taking 30 days salary, I am now going to reduce it down to 2 weeks. The Ghanaians will now be taking every 2 weeks salary, which is called a bi-weekly salary. So from now, when I become your president next year, no more 1 month salaries. All of you will be taking two weeks salaries. So which means that the daily minimum wage for 2 weeks salary is going to be what? 2,500 Ghana cedis. In order to continue to increase productivity, there's one thing that kills our country and our citizens. High cost of doing business, high cost of goods and services in the market. Every product in Ghana is the most expensive in the world. Every product. Your phone is the most expensive in the world. Your laptop is the most expensive in the world. Your watch is the most expensive in the world. Your keyboard is the most expensive in the world. You know why? Because even at the production level, the price we pay as Ghanaians is 3 times the cost of its original value from wherever it is being manufactured. And our people say that they were going to move, the current government and other government were going to move from taxation to production, and they never did. Now what is killing us is duty. Duty. Because of duty, prices of produce and products in the market is the most expensive in the world. Your car is becoming the most expensive in the world. I bought a car for $10,000. I cleared it for $40,000. You can imagine. All of you are having the same problem. So now our pots are empty because the cost of doing business and bringing in goods is too expensive. So I am going to run a duty-free economy. So that is the policy. Duty-free, no more duty of anything in Ghana as president. Because duty is killing us. It's killing the manufacturing company, it's killing the industries, it's killing the production company. So now we don't produce anything. Another cost that item that makes us run into debt and cannot manage our country is high cost of electricity. High cost of our meters are reading more than we are consuming. So you are paying for electricity that you are not consuming. So what am I going to do as President Hassan Ayariga? I will take off your meter, no more meter. I am going to run a country of flat rate and no more meters. Fixed rate. So every house in Ghana is now going to be paying a fixed rate. So you cannot do illegal connection. And because I'm giving you a fixed rate and it's a moderate rate, you will be willing to pay. For instance, this house, this office is a 3-bedroom. So every week I'm paying 100 cedis. Every 2 weeks I'm going to be paying 100 cedis. So a monthly salary, ECG for this house will be 200 Ghana. For a shop, kiosk, container, office, barbering saloon, saloons, and all those offices, containers, their monthly fixed rate is going to be 50 Ghana. And 50 Ghana is going to be your fixed rate for your ECG and water. We cannot be in a country where our government is killing us more than we want to live. Going forward, Ghanaians are complaining of jobs. The youth are complaining of jobs. The women are complaining of jobs. Under my policy of production, manufacturing, industrialization, I am going to establish nationwide job centers in every district. Every district of Ghana, there will be a nationwide job center. There will be job centers in all the districts. So you will get the opportunity to access job through the district centers, and the manufacturing companies, the industry, because we are working 24 hours on the clock, will also have the opportunity to key into the job centers their vacancies. So nobody search for job, no, pay for job, no, big man for job, no, following a political leader for job, no. Choose your leaders wisely so that you do not have to go and vote for somebody because you think it's going to be your brother and sister and give you a job. No, the job is not supposed to be a matter of choice. It's supposed to be for everybody. Everybody must access, not because you know a politician or you don't know a politician, or not because you are a lady and he's a man and give you a job. I will not run that kind of system or governance in this country. Moving forward, we're losing everything. Another policy that sooner or later, Ghanaians will lose their sovereignty to foreigners. As a matter of fact, foreigners are buying all the properties in Ghana. They are owning all the companies in Ghana. They are owning every building beautiful in Ghana and all our mining and mineral resources. I intend to enroll 3 different passports. I'm going to change the identity of Ghanaians and bring out 3 different passports. Passport number 1, father Ghanaian, mother Ghanaian, and definitely grandfather and grandmother Ghanaian. And when you hold this passport, you are entitled to become president, you are entitled to run for parliament, you are entitled to become a minister, you are entitled to hold any other position, being it political or even to become a chief. Right? The most important thing is that you are the only people who can buy land, properties, and any other thing in Ghana. If you do not have that passport, you cannot own property in Ghana. Why? Sooner or later, our country is going to be owned by foreigners. And as a matter of fact, because of a high level of poverty, we're going to lose this country to foreigners. As we speak now, all our prime lands and prime communities are owned by foreigners. And very soon, if they are smart, as I suggest, if they are very smart, as I predict, in the next 10 years, they will bring a candidate, because Ghana law says you're Ghanaian by either birth or naturalization, and you are 40 years and above, and you are sane. That is the requirement to become president. But because we have a problem as citizens, we vote for people with more money and more brains. Going forward, many Ghanaians do not have jobs. And as a matter of fact, we're having a big problem. And that problem is that a lot of Ghanaians cannot benefit from anything. And I am implementing what is called the unemployment benefit. So those who do not have jobs for now, because of our digitalization and knowing our data system, all those who do not have jobs will be taken care by government. That's a social intervention. And don't forget, once you are under the payroll of government has an unemployment benefit, you cannot own a car, you cannot own a house, you cannot have properties. We will take care of you as government, but until you sell those properties and consume it, you will not be entitled to my policy. Be careful. Don't think I'm joking here. I'm not. Then going forward, after making sure that we have free duty, free port, no taxes, one important part. I am going to implement what is called price control and guarantee system. No more free market. Because when you give them free port, free duty, flat rate for electricity, they will produce at a very low cost. And some businessmen and retailers will want to take advantage of that. So what I intend to do is to enroll what is called price control and guarantee system. That means that every commodity in the market, the prices of those commodities will be determined by government and the producers, or the retailers, or the manufacturers, so that you do not increase the price of goods anyhow, so that we are able to cushion the system. We go to mining. The famous mining problems, Galamsey, the famous, our destruction of our water bodies. As president, one thing is clear, that no institution, let me repeat, no institution will mine under my government. No large scale, small scale, medium scale, or Galamsey. No. Mining will only be the state who have the authority to mine. I am going to close down all mining facilities and institutions and mining, what do you call them, companies, and do auditing into it. All those mining companies that have destroyed our water bodies, our farmlands, our trees, will pay a penalty and reclaim those lands. And now I am now going to build mining institutions, train Ghanaians, Galamsey workers, who are now Galamsey workers, and put them into the mining institutions, train them well, and now enroll them into state mining companies. And the most important part of it is that Ghanaians will now have the power to buy shares in the mining, government mining authorities and government mining companies. So you are entitled to buy shares. So if you are a mining company and you want to, Ghanaian citizens, and you want to own shares, you can buy shares in the state mining. So we are going to have state mining institutions and no more large scale, small scale Galamsey. So Galamsey will be taken off the path, and state will not destroy its water bodies or farmland. Ghanaian city, our city is thriving. As president, I am going to ban all kinds of forex accounts in Ghana. Nobody will have a forex account. That means you cannot have cedi, dollar, euro, pounds, dollar accounts, no more. I'm closing it down. Number two, I am going to ban transaction of buying properties in dollars. Nobody will buy property in dollars under my leadership. The 10% shares that we owe and 90 goes to foreigners, then we go out to them and wait and borrow. Meanwhile, they are repatriating 90% of our wealth outside. Who does that? That you give 90% of your wealth out, and then you run to them and go and borrow. And you tell me you don't have the technology when you have all these men and women and you cannot make good use of them. And you keep borrowing. So when I reclaim back our country, our mineral resources and our wealth, I won't borrow. I think I have enough to become a production and manufacturing industry, and you have enough to survive without borrowing. So that our debt stock will go down drastically. Because as new president, I am going to negotiate to get our debt cancelled. And I'm going to negotiate to make sure we don't borrow anymore. We are not going to borrow under the leadership of Hassan Ayariga. Lastly, or two more points. Every young man listening to me is a potential military man in my land when I become president. Every young man will go for 1 year military training to instill discipline in our society and make sure we are ready to protect our country at all times. Ladies, is an option. If you want to go for military training, it's an option. But every young man from 18 years and above will get military training 1 year. The most important 4 factors. I have 47, but I do not want to burden you because tomorrow we are voting. I have 4 issues. The 4 L. Clean the nation under my leadership. Ghana is going to be the cleanest city in the world. No more gutters, open gutters. I'm going to make sure. No more bad roads. There will be bins everywhere. Our students and children will be trained on sanitation laws right from primary, nursery, basic, and to university. And we must begin to clean every part of our country. It's job. Job cleaning is also an opportunity. It's a cause. Then, light the nation. Ghana is too dark. Every street of Ghana will have street lights under my leadership. In all the cities, in all the districts, in all the communities. Because I'm going to enroll 3 different kinds of power. Solar, in the northern part of Ghana, which is free. Wind wheel in the coastal area, which is free. And hydro in areas where we have water. Why are we not harnessing the power of sunshine and wind wheel free of charge? And we are increasing tariffs every day. Flag the nation. Every household must be proud of its nation, Ghana. Get a small flag, like outside that you see Ghana flag. Flag your country to show your level of patriotism and love for your country. That every day you come out of your house, you know you are responsible for the country called Ghana. And you should be proud of it. And on my honor, you should do everything right to defend and uphold the laws of Ghana and make it the nation you want it to be. Americans are doing it. They have flags all over their country. It reminds them of their responsibility to their nation and to their fellow Americans. You must have that in your mind. That it's a responsibility for you to protect the sovereignty of this country and not to sell Ghana out and call it PPP or whatever. Ghana cannot be sold out. No. Green the nation. Climate change, we're losing everything. We are cutting down our trees. And we just plant flowers. We are not beautifying our country. Look at the Takwashi runabout. Just go there and look at the place. I don't know whether it looks like a cemetery or it looks like a desert. When we could have decorated that place with beautiful flowers. Look at our middle of the roads in Ghana. No flowers, nothing. Look at motorway. Terrible. We do not modernization under my 7 points. We are not modernizing our economy. We're not. We see everything okay because we are used to it. We don't see fault with our country because we live in it every day. We assume it's normal. But when you keep doing wrong things for all the time, for a very long time, you see it as normal. You don't see that wrong anymore because you are used to it. You keep voting the same parties, so you don't see that we should change. You don't know that we should change. So now all of you are going tomorrow, I'm going to vote NDC and MPP. Come on, guys. Are we serious? Haven't we learned lessons from NDC and MPP? Even if they are paymaster, must we continue to salute people who do not work? You come and look at the roads. Just look at the road. This is Accra, the capital town, the capital city of Ghana. Are you proud? Are you proud to call this your country? All of you here, most of you have traveled to many other cities. Don't you see cities? So media, it is your responsibility to ask hard questions. Don't allow them to get away with it. So tomorrow, make that decision and let them know the pain in you. Ghana is becoming nothing for everybody. What do you mean? Are we serious? You people are taking this country for granted. Who is the president? Is the president serious? Do you know you are ruling the country, or you think you are ruling a bamboo tree? 30 million Ghanaians, you're joking with their lives. Come on. Power.